me black no more, cause it ain't facts no more. We discriminate mentally, don't whip our backs no more. When I tell that to my people that say I'm hating them folks, and I ain't never burned a cross or hung nobody with rope. They make mockery of us, they say our people are joke. Coming from living in ghettos and we strung out on dope. Question, why do we always take the love of the folks who brought us up and we on boats and keep them chains on our throats, huh? Making tumults, got us working in fields instead of picking cotton, being planted in meals. They got us running up and down on this football field. Put your bed not protest cause you in slavery still. You can put your hands on me, it's clearly Jesus Christ was born December 25th. They know this.
Hey, what'd you say your name was again? James? Khalil. Now, when we was across the street talking, I asked you a question about, did you know what color Christ was? And you said what? He's black. Now, is that a wide known statement? Is that a wide known fact? No. Why? Because you said your pastor teaches it, right? Does every pastor in this town teach that Jesus Christ is a black man? Why? Okay, but this is the thing. I'm talking about just churches, just Christianity. I'm not talking about Buddhism, Hinduism. I'm not talking about Islam. And let me also ask you this. Why would it be important for us to know that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is a black man? Why would that be important? Because a lot of people would say, well, that doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. Why would it be important to know that Jesus Christ is a black man? You think that we should know that? Because this was what the Black Heritage Parade, right? And this is the thing, is that people have to know what our heritage is. Our heritage is not basketball. It's not football. It's not sports. These are man-made things to entertain the other nations. Our heritage is the Bible. And the reason why it would be important for us to know that Jesus Christ is a black man is so that when I see you walking down the street, I don't see my enemy. I see my brother. You get what I'm saying? Give me Leviticus 19 and 11. Because there's a lot of things, especially this month, we always celebrate Black History Month. We always celebrate heritage. Well, this is the thing. The things that we saw in this parade has nothing to do with heritage. We saw little girls dressed in bikinis shaking a butt. How is that okay? How in any way is that okay when you have grown men out here who could be looking at them? Right. You know, I have sons, and I know some of the brothers up here have daughters, and there is no way in the world I would want my daughter dressed out in public like that, especially on a cold day. Right. Does that make sense? No, our people should not be dressed like that. Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
So this is the problem that in our community, just in Vivian, if we were just to do that one verse, it says don't steal, don't lie, but it also says don't deal falsely, right? Would I be dealing falsely with you if I said, oh, it's okay for your daughter to be in this parade with her butt showing? Would that be dealing falsely? Because I'm lying to you. Now give me Leviticus 19:17. That's what I wanted. 19:17. You got it?
Yes, sir. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
What does the word rebuke mean? Because you said you've been going to church for some years, right? What does the word rebuke mean? I don't want an exact, definition, but what is it going into? To rebuke? No, rebuke just means correct. It's just like this. If I see you, James, you said your name's James, right? If I see you doing something, just like say, if I'm out with my wife, I know you're married, but I see you out with another woman. Rebuking would be like, James, you know you're wrong for that, right? It's correcting you. Why? Read that again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
So the whole reason why we should rebuke or correct our people is so that we don't suffer sin upon them. What are the wages of sin? What happens if you sin? Romans 6:23. Because there's a payment for sin. That's the reason why we come out to these things, and that's the reason why we have to point out certain things. Our daughters in the street being half naked is wrong.
Bring it on!
I mean, I don't care how you try to twist it, how you try to turn it. That's wrong. That has nothing to do with our heritage. Read.
The book of Romans chapter 6 verse 23.
Bring it on!
For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life.
Give me Sirach 17 and 11. Sirach 17 and 11. I'm going to show you what our heritage is. Our daughters dancing in the street half naked is not our heritage. Jesus Christ being shown as a white man is not our heritage. Jesus Christ looks just like you, James. White woolly hair. Our daughters, like these sisters walking across the street, though they're precious. Yeah, y'all are precious. That's wrong. Read what you got.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
Wait a minute, he gave us what?
The law of life for inheritance.
That's our heritage.
That's right.
Is God's laws, God's commandments. Because just like me and the officer, we was talking to some sisters on the side, and he said it's funny, as black people, we've tried marching, we've tried protesting, we tried boycotting, we've tried all of these various different avenues to improve our community, but we've never tried the Word of God.
Right.
We've never tried, I'll rephrase that, we've never tried applying the Word of God, because it's taught in some places. They teach you some of it. But just like we said with your pastor, he showed you that Christ was black, but he never showed you that we're supposed to be keeping commandments. Just like, you know, the brother showed you about being homosexual. In the Bible, that is wrong. So think about it. The whole reason why that was given to us is for us to stop reproducing. 2 men getting together does not produce a child. 2 women getting together does not produce a child. Let me show you another law. Give me Numbers 15:28. Give me fringing. 15:38. Yeah, thank you. Because if you notice, if you look around, you see all these brothers with these stringy things on their shirts, right? Have you ever seen this before? You've seen it before? Where? Down in Shreveport? Oh, where in Shreveport have you seen that? Martin Luther King? Was it at a parade or just a brother out? Let me tell you why. Because this is God's commandments. He was probably with us. If he wasn't with us, he was keeping God's commandments.
Right. Yes.
Because this is the thing. This might seem like it's something small. Matter of fact, hold that and give me Amos 9 and 10. Hold that. Give me Amos 9 and 10 first.
Bring it on!
Because we read in Romans that the wages of sin is what? Come on, James. You said you've been going to church, man. Come on. That's a famous verse, too. The wages of sin is what? Is death. Death, right? So if you don't do what God says do, he kills you. That's why if you look on Facebook, you look at all of these various things, when we get out of pocket, when our brothers are selling drugs to each other, when we're out here robbing these stores, when we're out here breaking God's laws, that's why you see us getting put to death.
Right.
That's why our neighborhoods are tore up.
Right.
That's why our people don't know how to act, because we don't apply what's in the Bible. And it's simple. It's very simple. Read what you got.
The book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10.
Bring it up.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
So, James, let me ask you a question. What is sin? Give me John. What is sin? Because we keep talking about don't sin, sinners die. What is sin? Okay, that's one form, that's one. But I'm talking about in general. What is sin in general? Because you always hear sinners, don't sin, stop sinning. You hear phrases like that. But our people, at the end of the day, we don't even know what sin is. Sin, I'm going to let the Bible tell you, but sin is you breaking or me breaking or any one of us breaking God's laws. It's breaking the commandments. Read what you got.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin,
whosoever breaks one of God's laws,
transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
That's what sin is. It's us breaking God's laws. Now give me numbers, because I'm going to show you a law that a lot of our brothers and sisters are breaking and they don't even know it. Read what you got.
The book of Numbers chapter 15 verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So it says for us to wear these fringes throughout our generation. So it's an ongoing process. So you should see the old men all the way down to the little boys wearing these. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Why?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
That's the reason why we wear these. Because it's just like what you said earlier. If you see a brother out and he's married, he's messing with another woman, with all of these women out here dressed like this, a brother would look at a sister and start lusting, correct? Well, this is the thing. If you have your fringes on, this is a constant reminder for you not to break God's laws. You look down at these and be like, oh, shoot, man, that's evil. I shouldn't be looking at my sister like that. And it's just like some of these sisters, you know, out here. Just like, hey, sis, you in the brown. Sis, sister. Okay, she talking. It's just like a lot of our sisters, they don't know. Give me Deuteronomy 22:5. A lot of our sisters might not know that wearing pants is a sin. It's just like this. If all of us up here being big men, if we were out here in mini skirts and high heels, how would we look to you? Would you respect us as men? No. So the same way God doesn't like us being in dresses, he doesn't want sisters in pants. That is a sin. And a lot of our people, they don't know that because we weren't raised teaching the commandments or raised in households like that. Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Hey sisters, did y'all know that? Oh, they acting like they can't hear. All of a sudden when these commandments come out, people get hard of hearing. Okay. Okay, read that information. Check it out. Hey sis, you across the street. Did you know that? Did you go to church? You go to church? Have you ever heard of this verse? It's Deuteronomy 22:5. Have you ever heard of that? Hey, come here real quick. Come here real quick. I'm going to show you something in the Bible real quick. This is a lot of stuff that we don't know in our communities. Because a lot of our people are in the midst of sin and we don't even know it. Why? Because we weren't taught it. Yeah, come around here real quick. I'm going to read something to you. Yeah, you come around here. Okay. I'm going to read something to you real quick. Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So let me ask you this. What are you wearing right now that belongs? The word pertaineth means belong. So you smiling, so you already know. What are you wearing right now that belongs to a man? Pants. Why? How do you know that? Besides the fact that we just read it, how do you know that?
I already know because my daughter, she goes to a church, no pants.
But hold on, does she wear pants outside of the church? She don't wear pants at all? All praises. All praises. And this is the thing, a lot of our people don't know that. A lot of our people do not know that. But check this out, it got some more on it. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
The same way I was talking to Brother James, and I asked him, hey, if we're all up here in mini skirts and high heels, would you respect this? You see the way you looked at me? It wouldn't look right, right? But check this out. God says the same thing about you sisters. He says, hey, sis, what's your name? Pam? Pam, what you got on is wrong. But did you know that? Did you know it was a sin that it was punishable? No. A lot of people are like, it just seems right for me to know. It seems right because it's in the Bible. You're supposed to be doing it. But that's why we come out, because a lot of our people don't know this stuff. Read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So in our communities, Our sisters are not supposed to be wearing that. And why? Because, give me Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Well, 7 and 6, 7 and 6, I'm sorry, 7 and 6. Because we're a holy, chosen people.
Right, that's right.
And if we're a holy, chosen, separate people, then why would we dress like everybody else?
Right. On my job, everybody wear pants.
Uh-huh.
My job, people wear pants, not skirts.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, because I know some jobs have a uniform, just like we was talking to a sister over at the police department. I know most police departments do not, have a dress set. So it's different when you're at work, because at work you have no choice. But I'm talking about as far as when you clock off the job, you have a choice then, right? So you have to keep God's commandments. At the end of the day, and like I said, I understand, because like on my job, I have to wear a uniform. So I can't put these fringes on my uniform. But what I do is I have on a t-shirt. And I put my fringes on my t-shirt. So that way when I get off work, I take that uniform shirt off and I'm straight. You get what I'm saying? Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Hey, bro, what's your name?
My name is Terrence.
LaTerrence? What does that mean, LaTerrence? What does that mean? Did you hear that verse? Read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Pam, you too. I want both of y'all to tell me what this says.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
What that mean? I got you. What about you, Pam? This means that there's no equality in the Bible.
Right. That's right.
God says that you so-called, if you guys look on this sign, do you see yourself up here? What the nations, what the world calls you, will be over here. What the Bible calls you will be right here. So what is your nationality? Like, say if you go to a job and you fill out a job application and they ask you what is your race, what would you put down?
I just put down my name and my color.
Your name and your color. But I'm saying if it asks you your race, most of the time it has black, African American, white, Caucasian. You put Latino, Mexican. You put what? How about you?
That's what my papers.
That's what your papers say? So right here it says American black. So in the Bible you would be called Judah.
That's right.
And check this out. It's way better to be called a tribe of Judah or be a Judite than an African American. Because check this out. The word African, Leo Scipios Africanus. America, Amerigo Vespucci. Those are two white guys. Now if you remember the conversation we had earlier, can two men produce a child? No, especially two white men. Can two white men produce a black man? How about two white men producing a black woman? So, ask you again, a lot of people say black, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what color is your jacket?
Black.
Are you the same color as your jacket?
Yes, sir.
You are? You said you're the same color as your jacket?
No, not really, sir.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad you fixed that. So, if I ask you again, what is your nationality? What would you say?
I say America, man.
You gonna say America? So you come from a white guy?
No.
So what's your nationality?
I don't forget.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Amerigo Vespucci was the guy who discovered America. He was a map maker. He's the one that drew the map to come over here. Leo Scipios Africanus, he was a general that conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic War. They named a whole continent after him. Because think about it. With most other nations, when they conquer a land, they name it after themselves.
Right.
So that's the same thing he did with Africa. So let me ask you this again. What is your nationality? Who are you? Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Who are you? Because you've given me two white guys and you've given me a color. Who are you? According to the Bible. That's the question. Do you know? No, you don't. But check this out. Just by you not knowing shows you your nationality. How about you, Pam? Do you know? You gonna say American?
That's what.
Now, I'm not talking about just paperwork, because I understand the paperwork. That's why I made the statement this is what everybody else calls you. This is what the Bible calls you. American black, yes. Most people say black. Some people say African American. Some people say colored. But let me ask you this. You go to church? You said you go to church, right? Can you find American black in the Bible? How about African American? Can I find, how about Mexican? Can I find Mexican in the Bible? Yeah, can I find that in the Bible? How about Dominican, Cuban, Haitian? So it's funny, you got all of these nationalities people over here, but you can't find them in the Bible. But this is the thing, by you not knowing who you are, shows who you are. You listening, bro?
Yes, sir.
Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
Now, out here in this town, y'all know it's pretty much a lot of people out here have livestock. It says an ox, a cow, they know who owns them, right?
And the ass, his master's crib.
You drop a donkey off on the other side of town, he'll find his way back home, correct?
But Israel,
But who?
but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider it.
So it says, my people, the Israelites, the people on this side, they don't know who owns them. They don't know where they came from. That's why I asked you, who are you? Because just by you knowing who you are, you'll know your heritage, you'll know your country of origin, you'll know your forefathers, and all of that stuff is piled in this Bible. But this is the problem. We don't read the Bible. We don't apply what's in the Bible. That's why when we come out to these various parades, heritage, our daughters dancing half naked in the street has nothing to do with our heritage.
Right.
Our heritage is tied up in this Bible.
That's right.
Does that make sense? Now, sis, Pam, let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me. You look like you wouldn't lie to me, right? Okay. Did you see anything wrong with that stuff that was portrayed in this parade? Should a 10-year-old be out here? Because you have on a jacket, he has on a sweatshirt, a hat. Do you see anything wrong with a 10-year-old girl in a bathing suit in this weather?
My grandbaby would never wear that.
Exactly. But you said your grandbaby was with what? Would never wear nothing like that. How about you? You got kids?
Yeah, I got a son.
You got a son? Would you want your son out here watching our daughters gyrate like that in public?
No, sir.
No. Why?
That's respect. I like your respect.
Because it's respectful. And that's the thing, is that when we go to any parade, that's wrong, because we always see that that's wrong.
Right.
That promotes whoredom. It promotes fornication. It promotes single parent homes.
Right.
That promotes a lot of different things. And that's one of the things that we need to stop in our communities. We have to stop single parent homes. How do you stop that? What'd you say, Sister Pam? Oh, okay. When you get a chance, did you get a flyer? When you get a chance, check that out. Here, I'll give you another one because you're looking for it. Here, I'll give you another one. Yeah, I'll give you another one. Check that out. Because what we're doing, the things that are in the Bible will help us fix our communities.
Right.
But we have to do it one person at a time, one block at a time, one city at a time.
Right.
These things will help us by us not having stuff like that. That's wrong. Like I said, I don't care how you cut it up. That's wrong. You don't see other nationalities doing it. You don't see a parade of Chinese people and their daughters out there half naked. You don't see Arabian people out there and their daughters are half naked. That's wrong. I don't care how you cut it. It's wrong as hell.
T-top.
Okay? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. You got.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.